Welcome to today's news. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noreen. Here are the latest trending news stories from across the globe. Let's dive into today's top headlines. Biden administration to restart immigration program with new safeguards. Biden and Xi plan future talks amid ongoing US-China tensions. Kamala Harris faces criticism for joint interview with running mate. 9/11 families urge Harris and Trump to oppose Saudi peace deal. Arlington Cemetery employee pushed aside during Trump campaign visit. J.D. Vance says Kamala Harris can go to hell over Afghanistan withdrawal. Court in Thailand hands life sentence to Spanish celebrity's son for murder. EU foreign policy chief rejects Maduro's claim to victory in Venezuela. Brazil's Supreme Court orders X to appoint legal representative or face shutdown. Telegram chief Pavel Durov released on bail after French detention. Napoli signs Romelu Lukaku from Chelsea for €30 million. And Stephen Curry signs $62.6 million extension with Golden State. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. The Department of Homeland Security announced it will resume issuing travel authorizations to migrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela who apply with a U.S. sponsor. The program had been paused in July after an internal report raised concerns about potential fraud, finding over 100,000 applications linked to just over 3,200 sponsors identified as serial sponsors. Despite not finishing the review of all potentially fraudulent applications, nearly 30,000 cases remained as of last week. The Biden administration is eager to restart the program. Officials believe the program's legal application process has helped reduce illegal border crossings from Mexico. The resumed program will include new vetting procedures to enhance its integrity. These procedures will involve closer examination of sponsors' financial records, criminal backgrounds, and fingerprint requirements. Sponsors must now prove they can financially support the immigrants they sponsor. Any who request payment from immigrants will be referred to law enforcement. The Internet review found some fraud indicators, but most issues had reasonable explanations. DHS stated that all admitted migrants were thoroughly vetted and no major issues were found with their screening. President Joe Biden planned to hold talks with Chinese leader Xi Jinping in the coming weeks, according to White House aide Jake Sullivan, who met Xi during rare discussions in Beijing. Sullivan, the first U.S. National Security Advisor to visit China since 2016, spent 3 days in Beijing meeting with Xi, Foreign Minister Wang Yi, and other top officials. During their meeting, Sullivan conveyed Biden's commitment to managing the U.S.-China relationship responsibly, aiming to prevent competition from turning into conflict. She responded by expressing that, despite significant changes, China remained committed to stable and healthy relations with the U.S., urging both countries to meet halfway. The talks, described by Sullivan as constructive and candid, covered various topics, including the Ukraine war, although no specific plans were reached. Sullivan also emphasized the importance of maintaining freedom of navigation in the South China Sea, where China has had disputes with the Philippines. Both sides agreed to arrange future communications between their military leaders and to continue discussions in the weeks ahead, focusing on stability in the Taiwan Strait and other regional issues. Vice President Kamala Harris has faced criticism for not having formal interviews with the press since launching her presidential campaign. Now, with her first interview scheduled, she has received more backlash for not doing it alone. Harris will be interviewed alongside her running mate, Governor Tim Walz, by CNN's Dana Bash. The Harris campaign defended this decision, citing a long-standing tradition of presidential candidates from both parties doing joint interviews with their running mates. Campaign spokesperson Kevin Munoz emphasized that for at least 20 years, candidates from both sides have participated in joint interviews. The campaign also assured that Harris would do solo interviews later but did not specify when. However, some have criticized the decision to include Walz in the interview. Meghan McCain expressed concern that Harris might appear incapable of handling an interview alone. Harris' opponents have also been vocal, urging her to prove her leadership by doing a live solo interview. Despite the controversy, Harris' campaign has remained firm, stating she will address questions individually at a future date. Over 3,000 family members of 9/11 victims urged Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump to reject any Middle East peace deal with Saudi Arabia until the U.S. holds the country accountable for its possible role in the attacks. In a letter, the families cited a 1999 video of a Saudi agent at the U.S. Capitol as evidence of Saudi involvement. The families, represented by the group 9/11 Justice, requested Harris and Trump pledge not to support any deal with Saudi Arabia that does not address this issue. They emphasized that justice and closure for the victims should be a priority in U.S. foreign policy. Harris and Trump have not yet responded to the letter. The Biden administration has been pushing for agreements with Saudi Arabia, including normalizing relations with Israel, but the families insist that no deal should proceed without accountability for 9/11. Bret Eagleson, president of 9/11 Justice, said the group aims to bring attention to their cause before the upcoming presidential debate, as they believe it is a critical issue that both candidates should address. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. An army spokesperson said on Thursday that a female Arlington National Cemetery official was abruptly pushed aside earlier this week during a dispute with the Trump campaign. The disagreement was over political activity and photos on cemetery grounds. Despite the incident, the employee decided not to press charges. The Army spokesperson called the event unfortunate and added that the employee's professionalism had been unfairly attacked. The Trump campaign had visited Arlington on Monday with Gold Star families whose loved ones died during the 2021 Afghanistan withdrawal. The campaign claimed they had permission from the families to bring media to Section 60 of the cemetery. However, Arlington Cemetery rules based on federal law prohibit any political activity on its grounds, even if requested by families. The Army stated that the staff at Arlington National Cemetery worked to ensure ceremonies are conducted with dignity. The incident was reported to military police, but since no charges were filed, the Army considers the matter closed. Senator J.D. Vance from Ohio told Vice President Kamala Harris to go to hell over the Biden administration's handling of the 2021 Afghanistan withdrawal. His comment came after an incident during former President Donald Trump's visit to Arlington National Cemetery on Monday. Trump visited Section 60 of the cemetery to mark the third anniversary of a suicide bombing in Kabul that killed 13 U.S. service members. The visit led to a dispute between Trump campaign staff and a cemetery official about whether the campaign's photographer had permission to be there. Vance, who is Trump's running mate, criticized Harris, saying she failed to investigate the deaths of the 13 service members. He called her response to the incident disgraceful and claimed she was avoiding responsibility in a statement. Harris reaffirmed her commitment to caring for troops and their families and defended Biden's decision to end the war. Several investigations have reviewed the chaotic withdrawal, with some reports also critiquing the Trump administration's role. Now it's time for global updates. A court in Thailand sentenced Daniel Sancho Broncaldo, the son of a prominent Spanish actor, to life in prison for premeditated murder. Initially, Sancho faced a death sentence, but it was reduced to life imprisonment due to his cooperation during the trial. Sancho, a 30-year-old chef with a YouTube channel, was found guilty of murdering Edwin Arrieta Ortega, a 44-year-old Colombian plastic surgeon, on the Thai island of Koh Phangan last August. The case drew significant media attention in Spain due to its violent nature and the family connections involved. The court also ordered Sancho to pay 4.2 million baht in compensation to Arrieta's family, though they had sought 30 million baht. Sancho had admitted to dismembering Arrieta's body and disposing of the remains. He was also sentenced to additional prison time for destroying the victim's documents. Sancho can apply for repatriation to serve the remainder of his sentence in Spain after several years in Thai custody. The European Union's foreign policy chief Josep Borrell announced on Thursday that the EU no longer recognizes Nicolas Maduro as the legitimate president of Venezuela. This decision followed the EU foreign minister's video call with Edmundo González, who is widely believed to have won the 28 July election against Maduro. Borrell stated that Maduro had failed to provide detailed election results for verification, which has traditionally been done since Venezuela's electronic voting system was introduced in 2004. Without these results, the EU could not accept Maduro's claim to victory. Maduro will remain president de facto, but his democratic legitimacy is denied due to unverified results. The EU did not officially recognize González as the president-elect, though Borrell noted that opposition data suggested González received significantly more support than Maduro. Tensions in Venezuela have increased, with opposition leader Maria Corina Machado expressing concerns that González's home might be raided by security forces. Reports also surfaced of opposition figures being detained, including Belgio Pileri and his son, as well as Perkins Rocha, a close ally of Machado. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. Brazilian Supreme Court Justice Alexandre de Moraes threatened to suspend X's operations in Brazil unless Elon Musk appoints a legal representative in the country within 24 hours. This latest order marks another escalation in the ongoing dispute between the platform and Brazilian authorities. Earlier this month, X announced it was withdrawing its remaining staff from Brazil after de Moraes allegedly threatened the company's legal representative with arrest. The Supreme Court's order came in response to a post from X's Global Government Affairs account. The clash between X and de Moraes centers around issues of free speech, misinformation, and far-right accounts on the platform. In April, de Moraes ordered an investigation into Musk for spreading defamatory fake news and possible obstruction and criminal activity. In the US, free speech protections are broader than in Brazil, where de Moraes' actions are seen by some as necessary to safeguard democracy, though critics argue they infringe on free expression and amount to political persecution. Telegram founder Pavel Durov was released on bail in France on Thursday after spending 4 days in detention. He faces charges related to illegal content on his messaging app and has been banned from leaving the country as he awaits a possible trial. Durov appeared in court on Wednesday dressed in black with dark glasses. He was charged with failing to control extremist and illegal content on Telegram, which boasts over 900 million users. His lawyer, David Olivier Kaminsky, criticized the charges, calling them absurd and denying any criminal involvement by Durov. The charges include accusations of aiding an organized group and facilitating illicit transactions via the app. If convicted, Durov could face up to 10 years in prison and a fine of 500,000 euros. Durov was initially arrested at Le Bourget Airport near Paris on Saturday. He was questioned by investigators over the following days. His case has sparked significant controversy due to Telegram's growing global influence and contentious content moderation issues. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Napoli announced the signing of Romelu Lukaku from Chelsea on Thursday, ending the Belgian striker's unsettled period with the Blues. The deal, valued at 30 million, was confirmed by Napoli owner Aurelio De Laurentiis, who welcomed Lukaku with a social media post showing him signing a 3-year contract. At 31, Lukaku joins Napoli after loan spells at Inter Milan and Roma. He was a key player for Inter when they won the Serie A title in 2021 under now Napoli coach Antonio Conte. However, his return to Chelsea was disappointing and injuries marred his loan and Inter during the 2022-23 season. Lukaku's move to Napoli is part of the club's efforts to rebuild after a challenging season last year. He replaces Victor Osimhen, who is considering a move to Saudi Arabia. Napoli sits 11th in Serie A after a mixed start to the season. Lukaku is expected to feature in Napoli's squad for their match against Parma on Saturday. Stephen Curry has agreed to a 1-year, $62.6 million contract extension with the Golden State Warriors, keeping him with the team through the 26-27 season. ESPN reported on Thursday that Curry's agent Jeff Austin confirmed the terms of the deal. The extension comes as Curry, 36 years old, nears the end of the 4-year, $215.4 million contract he signed in August 2021. Due to the over 38 rule in the NBA's collective bargaining agreement, he could only sign a 1-year extension because he will turn 38 in March 2026. Curry, a 10-time All-Star and 4-time NBA champion, had a standout season in 2023-24, averaging 26.4 points, 5.1 assists, and 4.5 rebounds in 74 games. He is the NBA's all-time leader in 3-point field goals and holds several franchise records for the Warriors, including points, assists, steals, and games played. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world, continuously revolving around various events, Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 19,149.54. The NYSE Composite is increased by 85.11 points or 0.45%. Tokyo stock close price is 38,362.53. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 9.23 points or 0.02%. Shanghai stock close price is 2,823.11. The Shanghai index is decreased by 14.32 points or 0.50%. Hong Kong stock close price is 17,786.32. The Hang Seng index is increased by 93.87 points or 0.53%. Bombay stock close price is 82,134.61. The Sensex index is increased by 349.05 points or 0.43%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Biden administration to restart immigration program with new safeguards. Biden and Xi plan future talks amid ongoing US-China tensions. Kamala Harris faces criticism for joint interview with running mate. 9/11 families urge Harris and Trump to oppose Saudi peace deal. Arlington Cemetery employee pushed aside during Trump campaign visit. J.D. Vance says Kamala Harris can go to hell over Afghanistan withdrawal. Court in Thailand hands life sentence to Spanish celebrity's son for murder. EU foreign policy chief rejects Maduro's claim to victory in Venezuela. Brazil's Supreme Court orders X to appoint legal representative or face shutdown. Telegram chief Pavel Durov released on bail after French detention. Napoli signs Romelu Lukaku from Chelsea for €30 million. And Stephen Curry signs $62.6 million extension with Golden State. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.